Wow. Paul, see, let's do this.
Let's do this.
I want you to introduce yourself. Tell my audience who you are and what you do.
Great. I'll just give you a little bit of context. So,
Okay.
yes, I'm Paul. I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of Shortlist, which is a talent advisory firm that's working to solve human capital for companies and organizations that are driving impact and innovation across Africa. So we do a mix of executive search, which does more leadership hiring, and we have a what we consider a workforce innovation lab called Shortlist Futures, where we're designing different kinds of programs or interventions that might enable more young people to find fulfilling careers in some of the growth sectors of the future. So green economy, digital economy, and digital jobs, areas like that. But before this, I spent most of my career focused on different ways that we can make markets and business do good things in the world. And so spent several years and most of my career in financial inclusion. So started a community development bank that was serving local communities in Connecticut when I was in law school. I went to India and worked in microfinance for a few years, and then set up an impact investing fund that was investing in startups that were driving different innovations around inclusive fintech. So fintech, but ultimately trying to deliver life-improving products and services to low-income households, small businesses, et cetera. And it was kind of through doing, and then originally, if you go back further, I was briefly a corporate lawyer. I spent some time in advertising. I'm from originally a small town in Western New York State, so from the U.S. originally, although I haven't lived there very much in the last 15 years. Shortlist came about largely because of the work my co-founder Simon and
Paul, leave Shortlist for time bit, because we talk about it more. Okay, see, you have done several different things, okay, and you are in Kenya. See, my audience, especially my African audience, would like to know something about how you ended up in Kenya. I mean, you just said that you are from a small town, New York. So tell us that journey that brought you from that little town, New York, to Kenya.
Yeah, I think I've always, I've always been an adventurous person that wants to kind of see and experience things. I was not always a traveler. In fact, I didn't have a passport and didn't leave the country, I think, until I was 22. I've since then been traveling a lot, but while when I was younger, our family trips tended to be more local. I've always been drawn to trying to learn new things, go new places. I think that really it's been my career that's taken me here and elsewhere. I think that what gets me excited are big, complicated problems that might be able to be addressed with scalable solutions, business models, et cetera. Initially, I was enthralled with microfinance, and that brought me to India, and I really loved time in India. I will say, when I moved to India in 2006, I really didn't anticipate that I would be there a long time, or that India and eventually generally emerging markets would be such a focus for me. But I know that at the time it was incredibly exciting to be able to not just try all the challenges that come along with building a business, but doing it in a market that was so big, was so new to me, had so many learning opportunities around different cultural approaches, different ways of getting things done. And I think while I in the middle of all this spent several years living in the U.S., I think I realized being closer to the kind of projects and businesses and change I'd like to see has just been more fulfilling from a career point of view. And from a lifestyle point of view, it's almost been easier to find a tribe of amazing people who care about similar things. Oftentimes I'm back in the US, and I love the US, I'm American, but you often find Americans that forget there's a world outside of America, and that could be alienating in its own way. And so I think this merger of life and work has made it wonderful now to be here.
Yeah, yeah. See,